I'm the connector. So as a wholesaler, as someone who wholesales mobile homes, really you don't need inventory. I will say you do need some money to the side. You do need great communication skills, and you do need to be get your water and keep some wine. I should have had some wine.
With exposure, execution, and consistency, there is nothing you can't do. Just keep planting.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Kiani, the responsible homegirl. If you are new here, welcome. If you are a returner, thank you so much. I really appreciate you for always supporting my videos, my personal finance content, my entrepreneurship content. Like literally, I am doing this for you, so I appreciate it. So let's get right into today's video. So about either 2 or 3 weeks ago, one of the two, I closed my first mobile home deal. So I was very excited about that because I closed my deal in 6 days, but it took me 6 months to close my first deal. So on this video, I'm going to be explaining the ins and outs, some of the mistakes that I've learned, and really how I closed this deal. So for those of you who are not familiar with mobile home investing, mobile homes are literally pretty self-explanatory. They're homes, but they're mobile so that you can pull them, you can take them different places. So I first got introduced to mobile home investing through this great brand, this great business called the Mobile Home Elite Investors. So if y'all remember when I first started my personal finance journey, I knew nothing at all. So I would literally listen to podcasts, watch YouTube videos, read books, just do all sorts of different things. So in my time of listening to one of the podcasts, I discovered Mobile Home Elite Investors. So they were on the podcast just talking about how mobile home investing literally changed their entire lives within I think at the time it was maybe 3 years, but I think now they're 5 years in and they are multi-millionaires now. But throughout their talk, the numbers made sense. It seemed to be not too hard, and it was a great entryway to get started into real estate investing as a whole. So you have real estate investing, and then you have different things up under that umbrella. So mobile home investing is a type of real estate investing. However, the home is not planted to the land. Some homes there is homes planted to the land, but majority of mobile homes, they're mobile, they can be moved. So anywho, that's how I discovered about mobile home investing, through that podcast that I listened to. And then I started following them, started consuming a lot of their content. And then from there, I'm like, okay, this free content, it's all good and it's all dandy, but it's not giving me enough to really, put everything in and actually invest, right? So I invested in their course last year. So I think it was either November or December of 2020. And I took the time to go through all of their modules, take notes, do some research. And then January of 2021, I was like, you know what? I need to stop playing around and really take action, right? But then I got sidetracked. So it's my focus went from being, okay, I want to do this, but then it shifted to that, and I kind of left that on the wayside or whatever. And then somehow it got brought back up, and I was like, in March, you know what? I'm gonna be serious about this. So I went back through the modules, got some refreshers, and then I was like, you know what? I'm about to just invest. Either it's gonna go good or I'm gonna lose out on this money. It's whatever. I'm just gonna try it. So the first thing that I did was bought the course, of course. I think the course was $250. And then I invested in bandit signs. So what bandit signs are is just those signs that you see on the side of the road that say, we buy mobile homes, or we buy homes, or any sort of promotional yard sign on the side of the road. So those were about $217. So $250 for the course, $217. And now it was time for me to actually put in the work. So thank God for my amazing family. So it was me, my mom, my 3 sisters, all of us early one Saturday morning, like literally 9 or 10 a.m. We was out driving around King Street, putting out the bandit signs. And it was just a fun experience. Good morning, y'all. So of course, y'all know that I'm about to start my mobile home investing journey. So we are about to go put out bandit signs today. And of course, I have no other than my fam, Naya, Ziri,
that Get Fresh crew,
Tata, and Mama. So, you know, Epps gang, we're about to go out, put out these signs, and basically get to work. Watch our vlog. So, see y'all soon.
And you know I got you a little filter because we look a little crazy.
that look good?
Yeah. You can do it, put your back into it.
How's that?
That looks great.
Good. Alright, where?
Right there by the, let me do it. Oh no, you do so I can record you.
Side,
No, right here.
come on, sir.
Face it to the road.
No, face it like right here, Tata. Like how this one face.
Oh. Come on, sir. You gonna push down? Put your foot right there. Push. Alright.
And immediately the next day, I got calls. So I was like, oh shoot, look at these signs working. Look at these people wanting to sell their mobile homes. So people were calling me up saying that they wanted to sell. And really just trying to gauge trying to gauge what I could give them for their mobile homes. Now, something that I learned straight off like the bat is you can take a course all day long, but you still are going to learn more and you're still going to have your own like experiences just from being in the field. So there was a lot of stuff that I felt like I just learned from putting my feet in it versus me just getting an education from the course, because from the course, it was their experience. My experience was something totally different. So when I got my first phone call, of course, I got the information that I needed from them, but then I had no process on like, okay, how am I going to determine what mobile homes are worth my time? Like, what year is too old? What condition is too bad? Like, there were certain, I would say, qualifications, or just like, I did not have a process for real. So in the midst of me not having a process, I had to learn. So my first mobile home that somebody called me about, I did not sell that mobile home because if I can remember correctly, I think the person, she needed to find someplace else she needed to find someplace else to live before she sold that mobile home. So that was one lesson. Like, if somebody is not ready to sell like within I would say 2 weeks, then that person doesn't necessarily need my attention right away. But this is not what this video is about. Like, I want to talk about the first mobile home deal, you know, explained or closed or whatever. I can go down a whole rabbit hole of all of the things I learned, all of the mistakes I made, but we're gonna chop this down. But anyways, let's go to closing my first mobile home deal. So the same thing happened. Someone called me for my bandit signs. So those absolutely do work. Like, I'm betting my bottom dollar on bandit signs. So somebody called me. She gave me the whole spiel about her mobile home. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna come and basically check it out. The reason why I like to go look at the mobile homes myself is because I want to see what condition it is in. How is the roof? How is the floors? Is it livable? Is it in a livable condition right now? What is the wind zone? Basically, I need to know certain things because my job as a wholesaler is to connect a seller and a buyer. So I'm the middleman. So I want you to think about a wholesaler as Walmart. So Walmart, they purchases their inventory from somebody else, some other company in bulk, right? So they purchase this inventory, then boom, they get it in a physical location, And then somebody else, which is the seller, we come to Walmart to come get whatever it is that we're looking for. So if Walmart bought towels from XYZ manufacturer, then XYZ manufacturer sends to Walmart, and then Kiani Chardonnay Epps comes and get these towels, right? So Walmart makes money off of me coming to get the towels. So buy low, sell high. So as a wholesaler, it is one of the easiest ways to get invested into real estate. And the reason why is because you don't really need money to get started. No, matter of fact, let me rephrase that. You do need money because, as you can see, I invested $417, but you don't need physical inventory. Your job is to connect people. Connect. So I say that to say, the reason why I went out to look at the mobile home is because when I am talking to these potential sellers, they're gonna want to know the same questions. Are the taxes paid up? How is the roof? How is the floor? Is it in a livable condition right now? What wind zone is it? So it was just so many different things that I needed to know, that I needed to see, so that when I'm talking to sellers, they're asking me questions and I'm like, boom, 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 boom. Like, yes, I have done my research. Yes, I know everything that you may want to know. And if I don't know, it's okay. I can still go back and either ask, and I'm sorry, I'm using the wrong word. I need to communicate that to the buyers. If the buyers ask me a question that I don't know, it's okay. I can go back to the seller, the owner of the mobile home, and then they should be able to answer the question for me, or I can just do some research. So after looking at the mobile home, I took pictures, got great pictures, uploaded them to a Google folder, and then that's when I sent it out to my buyers list. Now, the beauty in me having deals that fell through before, deals that failed, deals that just didn't go through, is I have this huge buyers list. So a buyers list is a list of people who are in the market right now looking to buy. So they could be investors, they could just be a family looking for a mobile home, like literally anybody that wants to buy a mobile home. So now that I have this decent mobile home and I have the pictures, I'm sending everybody in my phone that has showed me interest in the past with other mobile homes. Now I'm sending them text messages because boom, I got a new mobile home. So I send out texts and I send out emails to my buyers list. Like, hey, if you are still interested in a mobile home, I have this, blah, blah, blah. I put the year, the amount of bedrooms, the amount of bathrooms, and the asking price. And then I put the link in there as well to the Google folder. Like, I'll show y'all what the text message is like or whatever. But I sent out that text message, and immediately I got back someone, and he was like, oh, I am so interested in this. When can I come look? So I was like, okay, cool. So he came and looked probably like, I want to say maybe 2 or 3 days later. And he came and looked at it. He loved it. I also had other people who actually, I actually had other people who came and, showed interest. But really what I have learned, the biggest thing that I have learned is when you want something, you have to act fast, especially in, the mobile home industry, because these things, they move like hotcakes. You can want it today and it can be gone tomorrow. So the fact that I had already had the seller under contract, she was willing to let me sell her mobile home. She knew what I was doing. She was very she was well informed of what was going on. All I needed was a serious buyer. That's it. So once I got my serious buyer, literally there was only a few things that I had to do. One, I needed to make sure the taxes were paid up. The taxes weren't paid up. So because the taxes weren't paid up, I called the seller back. I asked the seller, okay, you owe it was like hundreds of dollars in taxes. And I said, these taxes have to be paid before the deal closes. So are you in a position right now to pay your taxes? She said, no. So now what do I have to do? I have to step in. So what I did was I paid the taxes out of my own bank account. And then I said, okay, I'll be reimbursed from the closing amount, and you'll have to pay an administration fee. What that taught me was you need to have money. So like a lot of people, they'll be like, oh, you don't need money for this, you don't need money for that, you don't need money to start. Yes, you do. Because thinking about it, if I was in that situation and I did not have $500 to pay this person's back taxes, then what? Would I have like had to shut the deal down? Could I have borrowed the $500 from somebody? Like, you just don't want to have to do all of that. So make sure that your ducks are in a row and you basically have money to play with, because although I was getting the money on the back end, although I was getting the money back, if I didn't have it on the front end, how was the deal going to close, right? So after getting the serious buyer, he signed a contract basically explaining what he was purchasing, how much he was purchasing it for. He was purchasing it as is with no warranty. Basically all of the guidelines that we had discussed, it just needed to be in black and white and showing me that he was serious, right? So after he signed the contract, I had to make sure that the taxes were paid. I had to make sure that she had the title. And that was something that I did off rip, honestly, because I had a bad experience in the past where I was doing all of this work, and come to find out they did not have the title. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll just try to figure out how to get the title. And baby, it's September 2021, 7 months later, 6 months later, and I still don't have that title yet. So just from that experience, I learned that I don't necessarily want to work with or try to sell a mobile home when I don't have the title. Like, that's putting more work on me. And I really want somebody who is serious about selling to make sure they have their paperwork. And if they don't have their paperwork, then they get it and then come back to me. But that's a whole nother story. But anyways, like I was saying, what I needed to have was I needed to make sure that the taxes were paid up. I needed to make sure that there was a title, which it was. I needed to make sure that it was Win Zone 2, basically meaning that it can be moved from county to county, and different counties have different rules and requirements based on the year of the mobile home and basically what Win Zone it is. So once those three things were clear, I was like, okay, we good to go. So the next thing was a meeting up to get the coin, baby, to get the coin. So I made sure that the person who was selling the mobile home, they had their number amount that they wanted. And then of course I got my portion, or I got a portion of the money as well, because without me, she wouldn't be getting her mobile home sold. And without me, the buyer wouldn't have had the mobile home to buy. So in this whole situation, why I'm so important and why I'm an asset to this equation is because I'm the connector. So as a wholesaler, as someone who wholesales mobile homes, really you don't need inventory. I will say you do need some money to the side. You do need great communication skills, and you do need to be organized. And the reason why is because it happens so fast, and you just want to make sure that you have, you know, all your ducks in a row. Make sure your boxes are checked, because at the end of the day, like, this isn't a little bit of money that we're talking about. This is thousands of dollars. And you don't want a deal to go bad or a deal to fall through because you haven't, like, you know, done all that you can do or shown up in the most professional way or have done your research to the best of your ability. So really, that's all that I have for you all. This is not no long drawn out video. That's it. Vetted signs, put them out, got a call, got my buyer's list. Sent them out to my buyer's list, got a serious buyer, got contract signed, made sure everything was good to go to sell, and I got the coin. Now, what I am looking forward to next is really building up my inventory, because the buyers isn't an issue at all. Like, I have plenty of people who are interested in buying mobile homes. And if you just put it on the Facebook marketplace, like, y'all, my inbox be crazy. Like, literally earlier in my journey, it got to the point where I was like, you know what, I don't even want to do this no more, because all of these people in my inbox, all these people asking me the same questions, and I'm just like, girl, relax. Because for one, you need to be grateful that these people are even interested in purchasing these homes. And two, just imagine when you get the inventory to provide these mobile homes for these people. So I say all of that to say, like, there are plenty of people who are looking and interested in mobile homes. So if this is something that you're interested in getting involved in, please go for it. And just know, like, I would say the main work that you have to put in is getting inventory. Now, just being very honest with y'all, I've been being sort of, I don't want to say lazy because I'm not lazy, but it's like my mind is focused on other things like growing the responsible homegirl and just creating content and different stuff like that. But I do need to be more intentional and more focused on how to build my inventory. Because if you have inventory, you will make money. Because like I said earlier, there are plenty of people who are looking to buy. So that's the main thing. If you have any questions, please feel free to DM me at the Responsible Homegirl on IG, or you can email me at email me. My email is theresponsibleHomegirl@gmail.com with any questions that you have. And yeah, this is the first of many. My goal is to close 10 more before the end of 2021. And I know for a fact that that is very possible. And I know that I can do it. So as long as I get focused, as long as I get strategic and intentional with building up that inventory, it's a done deal. So like I said, this is my first mobile home deal explained, how I wholesaled this first mobile home. If you have any questions, please let me know. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and send this out to one of your homegirls or one of your homeboys. Like, y'all, we really need more financial education, more financial literacy within this community. And the reason why I created the Responsible Homegirl is so that we can have this. Literally, I am being the person that I wish I had 3 years ago when I was in college, spending recklessly, not knowing what to do with money. And I had to fall flat on my face to learn a lot of the mistakes that I learned. But I want to change the narrative. I want to really help us. So please don't just hoard this information. Share it with a friend, share it with a family member. And always, always remember, with exposure, execution, and consistency, there is nothing you can't do. Period. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I love y'all, and see you next time.